Hey everybody, what is going on? Today I'm doing my in the bag for 2024. Okay, it's January 2024. January, what is it? 15th. You know, by the 16th, 17th, 18th, I might rotate stuff in and out. But as of now, this is basically the bag that I'll be keeping together. In the top pocket, I'm gonna have my putters. As the round goes on, the disc that I'm feeling really comfortable with that day usually ends up in the top side as the round goes on, so I don't have to keep, going down there for them. But before I even get to that part, I always have my therapeutic band with me, get a stretch, kind of, before I even throw the first shot, stretch out, kind of warm up those muscles a little bit in my arm, so that way, I'm not too tight. Even if I don't actually throw before the round, a little stretch with this, 5, 6, this way and up and over here really stretches out that shoulder, elbow, and bicep and stuff. So that's always good to have. And also in this pocket, I'll always have my towel with me because you never know when you're going to get it wet or, maybe fall on something sticky, or you might even, reach for a disc and catch a prickle or something, little trickle of blood. There you go, but just always keep a towel with me. And whenever you play, have some water. Gotta stay hydrated. Now, let's get to the actual discs. Starting in the top pocket with my putters. I recently lost my my Logic, so I've had to switch over. Well, switch back in time really to my Pure. So I've been throwing this for a while. When I got my Logic, I was using that a lot, but this one always stayed in the bag with me. And I'm kind of going back to that, and also see, that's Latitude 64, by the way. This one is Prodigy PA4. As you can see, I've used this a lot through the years. You can barely even see it's PA4 anymore. It is 300 plastic. I really like this putter. I've actually kind of gone back, and this is kind of my main putter right now. But if it's not feeling comfortable on a day, this will be there. I also have, I recently got an Atom, MVP Atom, which sometimes might go in the bag, and one of these might come out. But right now, these are the two that I'm going with. Oh, and I do have, little, you get a little sweaty, got that with you. I have a Moon Knight Pure right here that I keep in the bag. I've yet to bring it out. I've yet to even try it yet. I got it the same day I got my bag at the U.S. Women's, so I still haven't even used it yet. Shame on me. Shame on me. By the way, the bag is the Luxury E4 bag, I believe it's called. Got this at U.S. Women's, had a great deal on it. Loving this bag so far. So much room. And if I don't want to put my putters here, I've got a pocket right here on the side I can put the putters in. There you go. Back to what's in the bag. We're going to go from higher speed down to lower speed, basically higher speed. I think these are in order. They may not quite be. All right. We'll start off with the Latitude 64 Grace. This one for me, because, noodle arm over here. It's overstable, so if I need distance and I need it to come down at the end, I'm throwing my Grace. I feel very comfortable with it now. It took me a little while because I used to not be able to throw it hardly at all, but now it's working great in my bag. Chris, my buddy, so Chris, he was talking about this disc for a while, and again at U.S. Women's, I picked up one of these. It is the St. Pro Latitude 64. It is in the it doesn't say what plastic it is, but I think it's, is it Optoplastic, I think? Grand plastic? I don't know. Does this one even say what plastic it's in? It does not. 22 world champion. 22 world champion. Yeah. But this one right here is, for me, it's for those straighter shots that I need power on, and it will stay the line. If I give it a little height, it will come out at the end. I feel really comfortable with this one now, so great disc to have in the bag. Next, this one, I'm not used to it yet, but I'm feeling more comfortable with it. It is a Halo Roadrunner by Innova. Halo plastic, I love me some Halo plastic. This one does crash a lot for me at the end, but I do get decent distance and decent straightness with it, so that one's coming along. Let's keep these in order down here. Next, an older Roadrunner, which this one to me has become really good for me. With my forehand, I keep it straight, and I feel very comfortable when it's going to come out. I can use this for kind of a distance upshot for me, and I feel comfortable with my forehand where it's going to come out, which that is a big comfort thing. You know, it builds confidence in your shots when you feel like I know where something's going to go, and I think if I throw it on this line, which for me is a big thing because I often don't, but I feel like, you know what, I know where it's going. I know where it's going. So that Innova Roadrunner, really nice. Next, oh, here's definitely one of my workhorse discs off the tee. It is my Katrina Allen. This is the 2022 sale. The 2022 sale. You know, you can see the rainbow. I hope you guys can see the stamp on it. Great stamp. This right here has become a workhorse in my bag. I feel so comfortable with it. I've tried the 2023 ones, and they are a little more overstable for me. Maybe they're not beat in enough yet. I don't know, but they feel too overstable for me. But the 2022 one, butter for me. Every once in a while, like with every disc, I'll grip lock it a little too much, get a little over on it, and it won't quite come out. But when I hit it right, it's a dandy for me. I know I didn't think about dandy, but yes, great discs for me. Now this is my workhorse for my upshots. This disc right here, it's been in my bag for a while now, and anything for me like 120 in, this is what I'm throwing. If I have a backhand to it, this is the baby I'm throwing. It is my oh, there it is. Is that the right? Yeah. This is my Page Pierce Soul, and I love this disc. I have a couple more of them. I have not brought them out yet. This is actually my second one. The first one I lost in a creek. Still mad I never could get that one back, but this one right here is, feels so good for me. I know what it's going to do. It's going to hit the ground. It's going to hit the ground, kind of come up and kind of circle. Not a huge circle. Rarely will it get up all the way flat and roll. Usually it'll get up on its side and just kind of turn a little bit. So I aim a little to the right, let it catch, and do a little curve, usually right near the basket for me, like 120 and in. And I know there's a lot of people out there that are putting from 120. More power to you. I'm throwing at 120. At 75, throwing this. 120, I'm throwing this. 65, I'm throwing this. And I feel like I feel comfortable with it, and I feel like I know where it's going. And again, if you know where something is going, you feel very comfortable with the disc, throw it. That's your one. Another Page Pierce, got the Passion. This is the one that I feel like I'm this close to saying this is going to be a big disc in my bag. I feel like this year, this one's going to start coming in more for me. A little bit more straighter, especially with my forehand, got that more power than my backhand. I feel like this one's going to really be something for me this year. That's why it's in the bag now. It's subject to come out of the bag because some of these other discs might be in this one spot. Who knows? But right now, I feel like that disc is right there, ready to be another one of my workhorse discs. Now for my backhand, I don't throw very far, so I have to have something understable, and this one is light, so again, it's not crashing. I'm going with my Latitude 64 Diamond, which I know you can barely see it. There it is. I throw this one a ton, and I feel comfortable with it. The other day, I got it up to 200 feet, and I know most people will laugh at that, but for me, that's a long ways since I hurt my shoulder. And it was the first time I got it over 200 and, gosh, 6 months or more because of my shoulder. So that makes me feel good, and I feel control with it most of the time. Because there are times I get a tad bit of angle, and this is understable. So when you get on that angle, it wants to keep going that way. If I get it flat, it's going to kind of come out and then come back at the end. But if I get a little angle, she's gone. But love that disc. Next, let's see, I think the next few are kind of specialty discs for me. These two, we start off with Infinite Discs, some Cone Tikis. Most people would say, what is a Cone Tiki? Well, here they are. These are very understable. Very understable. These are very specific shots when I really need to throw something and have it come back. At Peaksview Park, hole 16 in particular, this one's coming out for that. And lately I've been coming over it just a little and it keeps going. But when I keep it flat, it'll come out. And then at the very end, it'll fade back just a touch. So I love this disc for that. And certain upshots, when I don't have, where I can't throw to the right because there's trees or something in the way, I will throw this one and I'll throw it softer. And then on that time, I will kind of specifically give it just a tiny bit of angle, and it will actually just kind of flatten out and stay straight. Maybe a little bit at the very end, but basically it'll stay straight. Same with this one. This one's just a little bit lighter version of this one. So this one does have its spots, but I've been throwing this one a lot more, which you can see it's beat in pretty good. Both of them are. So there we go. There's those two. Now this one is the exact opposite. It is an old disc crab zone. I throw this one when I don't have a long throw, but I need it to really be overstable for me. So this old zone soft plastic, most of the time what it will do is it's going to hit the ground and check up. Rarely is it going to get up and roll because it's softer, and it will just kind of dig in. And love this one, especially on hole 15 at Peaksview Park. Well, since they changed it, anyway, they changed that hole. But since they changed it, this one doesn't work quite as good. They pushed the pin up the hill, and right after the pin, it's much steeper than it used to be for me. So, but great disc for that. If you have a longer arm, you can probably get good distance with that crashing at the end. And the last few, okay. And yes, I have Stingrays in the bag. You guys were waiting for that. Stingray, my orange Stingray. This one is a little more understable. So this one is for certain holes when I want to give it that little bit, for me, distance, but it's going to kind of turn a little, and at the end might just kind of straighten out, not really going to crash at the end. So if I give it some angle, it will kind of flatten and then come back. But just certain holes I'm using this on now. This used to be my Workhorse disc right here, and I loved it. But as my arm's gotten a little better, I sadly don't use it as much. I'm sorry. Next is Pinky. I lost this one for a few days. This one is kind of a forehand disc, upshot disc, kind of a not a long one. Like if I'm in some rough or something and I need a little shot, just a little touch shot, where some of these other discs I need to give it more. This one I don't have to give it a lot. I know what it's going to do. It's going to come out, it's going to throw out there, and it's going to stay maybe a little this. If I put on a little bit of angle, it's going to kind of fade out. Whichever way I put it, it's kind of going to do that for me, and I feel very comfortable with that. Next is my yellow Stingray. This one is basically a longer disc for me. It's going to hold that straight line, and at the end, it is going to come down a little bit at the end, not beat in as much. It's kind of beat in now that I'm looking at it, but not as much as the other ones. So this one is going to hold that line for me for a little bit longer than the other two would. And this one I recently bought. I've bought it at US Women's actually. I need to find some more of these because I love the plastic. It is the Cap Merch Halo Stingray. I remember when I heard they were going to do this. At that time, the Stingray was the top 3 disc in my bag. As my arm has gotten better, my forehand is coming on, I started using the other ones. But this right here, I've thrown in the backyard, giving it full power. And for me, full power, remember, soft noodle arm. It's just holding that straight line. So Love that disc. I haven't really broken it in a lot yet because I just haven't. And I love it. Hopefully I can meet Kat at Worlds this year. Maybe get her signed it. Hopefully maybe they'll have a few more of these. I was at World Championships this year. Not World Championships. At the Players Championship at the end of the season. Innova wasn't there, and I wanted to get a couple more of these, but oh well. And the last disc in my bag, this one is one that I think is going to be a big disc in my bag this year. I just got to throw it more and get some confidence with it. But it is, what's the name of Spyro? Servo. It's the MVP Servo, which, I really like the feel of it. I've thrown it a few times, and I like what it's doing for me. And I do feel like at some point, this disc right here, I wish there was some color on it. I feel like I'm going to lose it really easily. I feel like this disc might be something good for me. So that's my in the bag for 2024 as of now. Very, very subject to change as the year goes on, as the month goes on. So we'll see how that works out. But right now, that's my in the bag. Like, comment, subscribe, all those good things. We always appreciate that. And you guys have an incredible day.